not really qualified for, because they get sort of what's the word? Sort of uppered too early.
Uppered. Uppered. I love the fact it's basic language. It's like it's unbelievable. It's like there are only sort of like 50 words in the English language, so he has to change them and customise them. Uppered.
Do you know what I mean?
Promoted.
Yeah, promoted.
Yeah.
They get promoted.
I prefer uppered.
Uppered's great.
So
why was I not uppered? Unbelievable.
So do you know what I mean? I think because more and more people are knocking about, we need more and more doctors.
Yeah.
You get a job in a doctor's, you're going to be promoted sooner now, I think.
Yeah. Well, what I'd do is I'd probably upper you, and then what's the word? You go away them.
I think it is you go away them.
You leave the door. You leave the door. You fire them. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'd upper you and go away the doctor, if anything.
But I've been to. You know how I don't like going to the doctors and stuff.
Yeah. Because you're always scared that they might investigate below the bridge.
Yeah, but I checked on that before I signed up to it, and then they said, right, before we can take you on as a patient, you've got to have a health check, right? Which I thought was odd, because it's almost like saying, if you're ill, we can't be having you coming here, right? But I said, right, okay, fair enough. What is this health check? And they said, we just check your body out and make sure you're fit and healthy. And I thought that isn't enough information. I want to know if it's the old finger trick, or. And I said, what do you mean though? When you said health check, what do you do? And she said, it's just that I think she knew what I was getting at. And she said, it's just the blood pressure, your height, your weight.
Okay.
That's about it. So I went and had it and stuff. But you had to, before you sort of said, right, I want this doctor, they give you loads of forms to fill out, right? And one of the things they did was, if you die, what do you want to give away? Right, like a donor. Basically everything you've got in you, it was all your main bits. Your liver, your heart, your kidney, and what have you, and I thought, I really thought about it for 40 minutes or so. I didn't just rush into it. I was sat there thinking, if I'm dead, does it matter and stuff? But I was really concerned when it said about the eyes.
Right.
Why? What do you mean? What? Because can they have your eyes after you die?
It was. I think it was 4th on the list.
Right.
So they just sort of crammed it in. I think they know everybody's a bit cautious about giving their eyes away.
No one cares more about the eyes than the liver or the. Why do you care about giving your eyes away when you're dead? Just
because of that thing of we don't know for sure yet. I know that you poo-poo it, but the afterlife thing.
Right,
you don't know for sure if.
Well, why would there be? How would there be? How would it work? Why do you think there's an afterlife? Why do you think there's? Why?
Because we're here already. It blows my mind that we're wandering about this planet anyway. Do you know what I mean? The fact that we're here just by
gravity blows your mind, Carl.
No, but do you know what I mean? The fact of your mum and dad have it away, and then you just pop out, and it's like, how's that happened? And then it's
what happens is the father inserts his.
No, but what I mean is, not just that bit. How I've said before about my heart just sort of pumping away on its own. No one's keeping an eye on it. It's not plugged into anything, and yet I want to move my hand like that, and it does it.
Yeah.
That blows me away, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're still worried about whether you control your brain or the brain controls you.
So what I'm saying is, how do you know what goes on after life? Because, do you know what I mean?
So why in an afterlife would you want your eyes more than your liver and your kidneys and your lungs and your heart?
Because ghosts don't eat, do they? So you don't need all your liver and your kidneys and stuff, because they're only there to sort your food out. But your eyes, if you're a ghost, I don't want to be a blind ghost. Because you're around forever then, aren't you? Once you're a ghost, that's it. So the idea of being blind when you're alive, you go, well, alright, then maybe in the afterlife I might be treated to a pair of eyes. But the fact of wandering about, dead for years, bumping into stuff.
Oh God! Oh, it's amazing! That's an amazing image!
So I didn't tick that box.
But why? I don't understand. In your theory of the afterlife, why is it that this ghostly Carl, why can he survive without a heart, but he can't survive without eyes? Why? Do you see what I mean? Surely if you're this ghostly apparition, you can just see everything and you can do everything. You don't need
because
the body.
No,
because you're a ghost.
Yeah, I know, but I think when you're a ghost, say like how they've seen ghosts in.
Right, could I just say now for any listeners, this is not the thoughts and beliefs of the management. There is no such thing as ghosts. I do not believe in ghosts. I do not believe in ESP or any mumbo jumbo. Carry on, Carl. So when there's a ghost, yeah,
when they see ghosts in like old castles and stuff,
yeah,
they've had their head cut off because they've been up to no good, right, years ago.
But they're carrying it around normally under their arm.
That's what I'm saying. It hasn't reattached itself. So if you take the eyes out,
But Carl, how is this ghostly creature able to function? It doesn't have its head on anyway. It's carrying it under its arm. So the suspicion is it doesn't need its head.
no, it
It
does.
just happens to be carrying it around because it
No, the
wants to keep it with it.
The
And
ghost is always in the last condition that it was in when it was in.
What
is
makes these rules?
The way you are in your last bit of life is how you are as a ghost forever, even in the fashion. Like I say, the ghosts that you see never wear modern clothes, so it's always the Victorian stuff. Now, if they could change it, they would, but they can't because they stuck with it. So that's
Why
what I'm
did you see
saying with the eyes.
cavemen ghosts? When did ghosts start? They didn't kick in till about 1830, did they? What if you die when you're having a rectal examination? Are you always bent forward with your trousers around your ankles and someone's finger up your
But
arse?
why would you die when you're having that done? That's why I'm not having it done. If that's you
No. But you might have both been suddenly killed in a terrible disaster.
a meteorite hit you.
A meteorite hit you, or
Well, that's when you get the moaning ghosts, isn't it? They're the ones who aren't happy.
so you're going round bent forward.
Going,
you've got
"Oh."
a doctor's finger up your arse,
Yeah.
and what are you doing?
You start going, oh, and that's when you have to get the vicar round
What do you mean?
because they have to put you to rest and what have you, don't they?
And what does a vicar do when he's going? So I get the vicar round. Okay, right.
See, I don't want to get caught with someone with their finger up my arse when the vicars come round.
The last thing I want to catch me is the vicar coming in, but I've got a doctor's finger at my ass. I usually hide in the wardrobe when that happens.
whenever that happens.
So listen,
forget it.
no, wait. So you're haunting, right? It's years later. It's 100 years later. You're around this doctor's surgery, and there's people coming, and the doctor there, the new doctor there, and it's 2073, and they go, Vicar. They go, Vicar, there's a strange ghostly apparition. It looks like an old doctor, right? And he's got his fingers up this sort of like little. It's like a chimpanzee, but with a shaved head.
No, but the doctor wouldn't be. Are you saying the doctor dies as
Yeah,
well?
they
both
You
died.
die at the same time with his finger up your ass, and so you're forever having a little rectal examination with your little trousers around your ankles.
Well, that's when it'd be best not to have your eyes. Here's another one.
This is extraordinary.
No, but listen to this. Listen to this. This is a
Right.
good one. and
Oh,
I'd
this
like
will
to see
convince
you.
us. This one.
Yeah, this way. Okay,
Answer this.
this would be proof. Go on.
I watched a program the other week about dead people,
Of course you did.
right? And it was people who had been found in their house. You know, they haven't got any family. They died sat in their armchair. Nobody's knocking on the door, ringing them, and checking if they're all right.
Yeah.
Right? So they die,
Yeah.
and they rot away in a chair.
No.
People, you know, the next door neighbour called up whoever you call up for dead people, and go, "There's a dead body next door. It's stinking. Can you come and get rid of it?" Right? They go in,
I
and
forget what service that is.
I don't know where you find that in the Yellow Pages.
It's a good business, though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Hello, corpse removal.
Stinky dead people.
so they go in. There's flies everywhere.
Of course there is. Yeah.
The doors and the windows are shut. Where are them flies from?
What do you mean?
Do you know that thing, reincarnation?
Yeah.
I think there it is. There's an example of it. How there was no flies in there. A body rots away. Out of the body comes flies. So you live on.
Yes. Or out of the body comes flies from the maggots that were in the body.
Oh, okay, maggot then. So we've gone on. We've lived on.
What do you mean? The maggot is the larval stage of the fly.
No, but forget all the maggot fly.
Right.
Think about going from man to a fly.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying the windows and the doors on this house was shut
Yeah.
tight.
Now,
no
your question
flies
is-
had got in. They hadn't got in.
They had got in.
They hadn't.
They're already there. We're surrounded by them. We've probably got fly eggs on us now.
Well, all I'm saying is, it's weird that them flies were in there when they weren't in there. I don't think this fella would have had loads of fly eggs on him.
But
I just think it's a bit odd.
Why? What do you mean?
I just think there was loads of them. You didn't see it.
But it only takes one fly to lay loads of eggs.
Yeah, but
So you think it's wiser to ignore Ricky's answer and go with your ghostly supernatural reincarnation one? You think that's the wise, sensible way to go?
I just think it's a bit odd how every time someone's got fly eggs on them.
So
Because everybody-
that to you is less of a chance of happening than when you die. Some of you turns into flies, fly parts.
Well, that happened when my dad chucked a turkey away in a bin, and it was only in there for about a day. I went to go and put like a crisp packet in the bin at the end of the garden and what have you. Picked the lid off, full of flies.
Yeah.
Now the bin lid. Yeah.
It's like a constant fight with his own brain.
was fairly sealed and what have you.
Yeah.
Again, it's the turkey living on.
No, it's not.
We're
It's
all
the
the
fact that
same.
while it was out on the table.
It hadn't been out on the table. We didn't eat it in the end because it had feathers on it. My mum said, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but what do you mean it had feathers on it?
My dad got it off a mate and said, "Yeah, I've got this for Christmas," but it was
Yeah.
still virtually alive. And my mum said, "Oh, just get one from the supermarket." So we put it in the bin.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is,
I'm telling you, the eggs were already on it, mate.
it's just an idea about it. It's a theory. Everyone's allowed one.
But it's bollocks.
Back to the Inside the Actors studio questions. Question 9. What profession, Carl, would you not like to do?
You see, in a way, some bad jobs are good jobs in a way, because one, it means that when you have holiday, you really appreciate it.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas, you see, I always thought, like, when I had a job where I used to have to do, like, 4 hours a night when I worked through the night, I only had 4 hours to do from 2 in the morning till 6, right? But it meant that when I was on holiday, I never really appreciated it, because between 2 and 6, I'd be asleep anyway. So, unless I got up at 2 in the morning and went, I'm relaxing now, instead of working, you don't get the full...
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. The rules that you live by about what you can enjoy and what you can't.
What's good with a holiday, right? If you work in a factory from 8 in the morning till 8 at night,
Yeah.
packing socks into a rubber bag, right? Between 8 and... What time did I say my
8.
shift was?
8. It's a 12-hour sock packing job. It is murder.
I also like socks into a rubber bag.
Yeah.
I love to get my socks in a rubber bag. And also, he forgot the timings immediately. He said the sentence, then it went out of his head. It's like, so if you're packing, from what time did I say it was? What are they packing?
So, alright, so you're a sock stuffer, you do a 12-hour shift.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So you go, oh, come on, Rita, no more socks for me. I don't want to see another sock for a week. Have you got the rubber bag? Don't bring the rubber bag. That's the last thing I want to see.
So what I mean is, when you're on the beach, right, by the sea, between 8 and 8, you're thinking, oh, this time yesterday I was packing socks in a rubber bag. And you can really enjoy it. You can keep going, oh, an hour later you can go, oh, I was packing socks yesterday.
Yeah.
And you can
I'm
keep
glad you
saying,
enjoyed it, love. Will you stop going about the fucking socks? We're on holiday.
I don't think this marriage is going to last.
Oh, look, Rita. I know, you were packing fucking socks yesterday. Let's not fucking talk about it for a week. You boring bastard. Oh, Rita, what? This time, I know, you were packing fucking socks in a rubber hunting bag.
No, I was having lunch at this time, you fucking slut.
Oh, Christ almighty.
So what I was saying is, when I was working from 2 in the morning till 6, to really enjoy being off from there, if I was on holiday,
you'd have to get up in the middle of the night
to go, oh, this time yesterday I was playing...
Surely the joy is not having to get up in the middle of the night. Then when you get up and thought, God, thank God I didn't have to get up in the middle of the night like I usually do. I slept through like a normal person. Surely that's the joy.
I think the joy is going, oh, I'm normally doing this at this time.
But that's ridiculous, because if you worked right till 6 a.m, you presumably went to bed and slept in till sort of 3 in the afternoon or something, yeah? So you'd be up at 10 a.m. going, wow, usually I'm asleep, so you get it then. So you're talking shit again.
And the final question from the Inside the Actors studio questionnaire. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Is that how it works?
Oh.
No,
What do you mean? What's the question?
Well, I don't know. You hear so many other things that you have to go through other gates. I can't imagine him being on the door, is what I'm saying. If he owns a place, what's he doing there? You could put anyone on it.
It's St. Peter, isn't it, who's normally minding the gates, famously?
Right, so it's him asking me.
Okay, well, let's say it's St.
No,
Peter.
no. You go through the gate. Peter goes, "Oh, you're expected. He's got an appointment. We're going through the God." You go through the God. You go through a few doors. Go up the top floor, right past the executive washroom, into his big office. Okay, that overlooks the universe.
And God says, "Why have you got a doctor with his finger up your arse?"
And you go, "Well, you should know. You caused it."
So what?
So you've gone in to see God. It's an audience with God. You've died. You've gone to heaven. And what would you like God to say to you at that point? He might offer you great wisdom. He might ask you a question. He might tell you something. What would you like him to say?
And is this just one visit? This is like, because it's my first day.
Yeah, it's
I
your
get a
first
chat
day.
with
Yeah,
him.
you get a chat with him. Yeah.
But after that, I don't.
Well, you
I've never
might
seen him
bump
again.
into him at the
Christmas party.
the AGM.
But I'm not going
Yeah.
to be myself, am I? I'm going to be in shock a little bit because first day of holiday, because you're in different surroundings. The hotel, you've got to get used to where everything is.
Yeah.
So he's not
Okay.
going to get the best out of me.
Well,
to be
no,
honest.
but you have eternal bliss.
Yeah,
You don't really have it.
he's
It's
got a
happy.
long time to get to know you, and he knows everything anyway, so don't worry about it.
So what does he see me then?
What would you want God to say to you? So you walk in there, you're happy with it because you understand now you're dead, and well, it's a whole new world, and everything's all right. You feel great. Like, what am I saying?
Well, anyway-
I'm going along with this drivel.
Yes.
What would you like God to say to you?
All right.
Probably just say, you've done well and that in your life. You never did anybody any harm. So welcome to heaven. Any problems, give us a shout. Here's a little layout of like a little map. It's kind of like.
I love this. This is a great answer. And my favourite one is you never did anyone any harm. That's great. That's a brilliant thing for God to say.
Yeah.
So hang on, he's giving you a little map.
So he's got a little map of the
Little
area.
map,
It's
and he'll
big.
sort of say, this is where you go for this is where you go for that. I'd probably ask him about the ghost situation. I'd say, am I now a ghost then, or is this just like another planet that I've come onto?
Right.
I don't know if he'd answer that. I don't know if he'd be sort of a bit a little bit.
Bit cagey.
Yeah, a little bit like, well, I don't want to panic you and stuff. I'd say, right, is it right that I can see past family and that? Because to be honest, I'd probably prefer to stay away.
He doesn't even want to.
No, but because the thing is, if
that's
you've done
amazing.
I've done all that in this life, so it's about moving on to another life and meeting different people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? It's just
Yeah.
like the same all over again, but everywhere's white.
So who's the worst person? You go to heaven and it's all great, and God goes, "Oh look," and it's so and so, and you go, "Oh God, what's he doing here?"
Yeah. But why would he be introducing me to that one?
No, I'm saying who's the worst person you'd like to see? And
Who
they
do
go,
you just not want to encounter in heaven?
What if he said, "Right, Carl, you're in heaven, but we've got to teach you a lesson. You're a bit cruel to freaks. Here's Pillow Man. Here's the three-legged juggler. Here's the Elephant Man. They've got a few questions."
Yeah,
Elephant
that'd be alright. That'd be
Elephant
fair
Man
enough.
goes, "Why did you talk about me like that?
I'd say I never had a go at you.
Why did you talk about me eating buns?"
But then I'd get a bit annoyed with God. I'd turn Elephant Man onto God. I'd say, well, hang on a minute. At least when he put his head down on that pillar and he did himself in, he did that because he was sick of life. You've brought him up here. He's still got the head. Why didn't you give him a better head whilst he was up here in his next life?
Well, he could say the same to you.
Heaven's beginning to sound like one of the worst drink stews ever. It's awful. Everyone's sort of making kind of snipey comments, and you're having to make conversation with people you don't really want to talk to.
Yeah, it is
God, I'm not sure God's the best host.
I mean, I don't know if it is like
Do you
this.
think
I'm
God
just-
would like this podcast?
Well, I suppose it just kills half an hour, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but time's not a problem for him, is it?
Yeah, it is, because he lives for ages, so he needs loads of filler. I bet he's, doing stuff that he's just like, I'm not really into this, but it's something to do, isn't it?
Sudoku and stuff.
I love the idea God's bored.
Yeah.
Is there a lot to keep him going? Oh, God.
Playing solitaire on the computer.
But I think there'll be just as many problems up there as there is here, because at least people are leaving here Whereas up there, that's the thing that I'd be worried about the most, actually, that it's really crowded. Because it's years and years of dead people, isn't it? London does me head in. Up there, it's going to be well busier than that.